Welcome children to the another lecture of the chapter microorganism. I am Vikesh. As you know, we have already discussed about the vaccine and use of the vaccine, and already we have discussed about the antibodies. We are discussing useful microorganism. So we are moving to the another part of a useful microorganism, that is agricultural uses. In it we have to discuss only the nitrogen fixation. As you know, some bacteria and blue green algae like Rhizobium leguminous fix atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. This process increases the fertility of the soil because the crop which grown before that will utilize all the nutrient from the soil. So the soil is lack of a nutrition. So these plants which containing pods just like pea having a root nodules in their roots which can contain Rhizobium bacterium which can increase the soil fertility by fixing atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. As you can see, this is a plant which containing a nodules, and these nodules are containing a Rhizobium bacterium which can fix atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. This is how they help the soil to increase the soil fertility. Now the last heading of that useful microorganism is environmental uses. In that we have to discuss only the three part, that is a waste water treatment, second one cleaning oil spillage, and last one the natural cleanser. So the wastewater treatment, the microorganisms are used for wastewater treatment. Then cleaning oil spillage, a specific type of bacteria are used to clean oil spillage in water. They are known as oil eating bacteria. Natural cleanser. Natural cleanser means that microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi act on the body of the dead plant and animal and convert them into simpler substances. Removal of dead bodies of both plant and animal by the action of microbes keep the environment clean. Thus they are the natural cleanser of the environment. As you have already studied in the class 7 about saprophytic plants, so these all are act like a saprophytic plant, and saprophytic plant is also called natural cleanser. So here I have drawn a table of useful microorganism which you can draw and stick where you study. So every time when you will see this chart, you can learn easily all useful microorganism. So what we have discussed in the useful microorganism, we have discussed commercial uses, medicinal uses, agricultural uses, and environmental uses. In commercial uses we have already discussed about making bread, in alcohol beverages, making curd and cheese. In medicinal use we have discussed about making antibiotic, making vaccine, and making food supplement. In agriculture we have discussed about the nitrogen fixation, and in the environmental uses we have discussed the wastewater treatment, cleaning oil spillage, and natural cleanser. So these all are useful microorganisms we have discussed. So as you know, we have already completed the useful microorganism. Now we are moving toward the harmful microorganism. Harmful effect of microorganism can be divided into the following two categories. Number one, causing disease in human being, animals, and plant, and second one is a food spoilage. So we will discuss each of these in detail. So first of all we are going to discuss about disease causing microorganisms. So how they will spread the diseases. Microorganisms that cause diseases in human beings and animals and plant are called pathogen. They cannot be spread by their own, they spread by the help of a pathogen. Okay, so pathogen is required to spread the disease from one person to another. So first of all we will discuss in human being how the disease can spread. So what will happen in human being? Pathogen enters the body of a healthy person through the air, water, and food. They can also spread from an infected person to a healthy one. I will give you one example, a small example. When a person suffering from common cold sneeze, pathogen are released into the air. These pathogens may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing, and he or she may also get common cold. This is how they will spread from one person to another. As you know that we are also suffering from many times cough and cold in a family. One person, after that another person. So this is how they will spread from one person to another person with the help of a pathogen. Thank you.